first trip out in the year. I waited quite a while. I didn't want to come out here with there's still snow on the ground. I've already got some interesting things. I'm on the northern road, which is what I call it. If you've ever watched any of my other videos, I used to get a lot of activity around here. I don't think anything's around right now, but if we turn around and we look, we've got a log in a tree up there. Let me see. Got my dog, my Z1, and my other little tiny lap dog. My purpose for being out here actually is not looking for Bigfoot today. The reservation is holding a photography contest, so packed up a bunch of gear and I'm heading out in the woods for today. I've been back here plenty of times before, so and I've seen some very beautiful, very beautiful scenery. So that's where I'm heading. One of the things that I think I'll talk about right now, and I think, I'm not sure. I know a lot of other researchers. I agree with a lot of other researchers when it comes to carrying protection, a boomstick. That's basically what we call these. Right now I just have my little J22 22 hand pistol. Well, when you live in a high traffic area, a high wildlife traffic area like my area, you're putting yourself at risk every time you go into the woods. One of the reasons is because in my area there's a place just a few miles away called Shooties Wildlife Sanctuary, and they feed bears. So and in doing that, they've basically helped the bear population grow significantly. Very significantly, as a matter of fact. A lot of bears won't move on, they won't leave the area, and so that's why I carry a boomstick. We have cougars, bear, and when I say bear, I mean copious amounts of bears. They're just all over the place on my reservation because of this place they feed the bears. Come see the bears in their natural habitat. There they are, handing them food and asking for donations and whatever. The state turned it into a national wildlife refuge for bears, so I can respect the place, but and there are bears that don't even go there. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I carry this protection. And I would suggest anybody that's going out in the woods like this to carry some sort of protection. I don't know what your woods are like, but there's always something out there that can hurt you. They can hurt your dogs, they can hurt your kids, and right now, this time of the year, the baby bears were born, so there's a lot of little cubs running around, and a lot of mama bears that are willing to just run right up on you and gouge you, whatever, kick your ass, tear you up, maul you, whatever you want to call it. So that's let's move forward. So Interestingly enough, on this northern road here, they have been clear cutting. A lot of traffic along the road, the trail. A lot of four-wheel tracks around. But actually it looks fairly clear down the trail. It's pretty cool actually. I love this place. I love my woods. I don't, there's some people that go out in the woods for force of habit, and or they might be looking for Sasquatch or something of the sort. Where me, I live for the woods. I live to live in the woods. I don't know if I could live without these woods. There's just something about the woods that makes me comfortable. I'm not just talking about any woods, Basically, I'm talking about coniferous forest, which is my home. A lot of birch, a lot of maple, a lot of the animals around here are very edible for me. I just eat a lot of rabbit, eat a lot of deer. But let's continue on to our journey here. Well, here we are again. I'm in a certain part of the forest where there's lots of big, beautiful, tall red pine. And I want to talk about some of the things that happened with my people back in the day. My people were basically swindled, and they didn't know any better. They didn't know anything about economy. They didn't know anything about the value. Well, I think they knew the value, but what happened was my people were subjected to alcohol, and which is why you have a lot of racist people saying, "Hey, Indian, why don't you go get drunk? Go back to the res and get drunk." Well, there's some things that still happen on the res that are extremely, I don't know, uncool. Like I'm going to talk about this tree here. You can see a yellow marking on it. That means that this whole part of the forest here is about to be logged, cut down. Logging companies, they swindled a lot of my people. They said, "Oh yeah, we're only going to cut a couple of trees down, but we're going to give you this much alcohol and this much money." And what they didn't know was they were actually buying the timber rights. So it pisses me off a lot that these people use this, they swindled the people, and they still use this part of the law to say that we are allowed to come on your reservation and chop these trees down on this lot because, this person got a fucking fifth of whiskey with, $1. It really is pathetic, and they make thousands upon thousands, if not millions of dollars per year on the deforestation of my reservation. And there's really not a lot we can do about it without actually buying the timber rights back. But Potlatch and Cascade Paper companies and places like that, they pay a lot. They pay a lot of money, so they don't want to sell for cheap, the timber rights. And it really is disheartening and heartbreaking that I think a lot of people don't talk about that. Don't talk about the effects. It's not just that they're cutting it down. It's that the Native Americans aren't benefiting from it. In fact, it comes to a disadvantage to us because it really affects our hunting grounds, the medicines that we collect in the woods, it has a very detrimental effect. And so, with that being said, I'm just going to continue on the journey here. Well, a little earlier I was talking about some of the sad things about my people in the forest and how they were swindled for timber rights on the reservation. And I want to talk about another pathetic thing that I actually find a lot on my reservation. They would make these logging camps and these logging places, and basically what happened was a lot of the places were abandoned. They were left, and the wood, a lot of it, wasn't even used. As you can see behind me, well, you see my dogs, but you'll see this wood pile here. It's all rotted out. It's been there for at least more than 20 years, because this pile was here when I was a kid, and these piles over here, as you can see along the woods, there's still full trees there. All here from when I was younger. I'd come down these roads, and you know, like I said, it's extremely disheartening to find this kind of thing, you know. And walked by it many times, and every time I walk by, I always think, how pathetic, you know, what a waste. What, you know, it could have been used for so much, and you know, why didn't they use it? You know, is it just why do they leave these things like this? Is it just a statement to say, we come cut it down and just leave it? We don't give a damn? I mean, it really is a sad and pathetic sight sometimes to see these, all these wood piles like this. And even over there, there's a cooking stove, an old cooking stove from the old days. You know, their little, hey! I'm talking. Zigwan, cut it out. You know, from the olden days when they had their little camps up. And they would basically set up these camps just with tarps and, you know, logs that they cut down, you know, makeshift cabins. And they would actually put stoves and cots and beds in them. Matter of fact, there's a few places around the reservation that still have these cots and beds just right inside these old cabins with 30-year-old canvas tarps. And they're cool to look at, you know, they kind of show a little history, but at the same time it's like, what a waste. What a fucking waste. Here I am, on the road less traveled. I was coming down here, I'm looking for this cedar crest. And I think not too far away I hear a knock. Not the woodpecker knock you just heard, like a loud, very loud knock. My dogs don't seem to be onto anything, but why would I be hearing these random, very loud knocks as if a rock is hitting the ground or a tree? I don't know. I'll have to continue on. I don't have that I'm being watched feeling. So, and this seems to be the end of the trail. Apparently the overgrowth, it's grown too much. or I took the wrong turn. I think what I'm gonna have to do is double back, try to find the trail I was on a few years back when I found the Cedar Crest, place of the Great Cedars. It's a very beautiful place. I'd really like to get there. Today, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. Well, I found what I was looking for. Looks like somebody's run a trail through here within the last 2 years. Actually, I don't want to say they ran a trail through here. What I want to say is they cleared the trail or renewed the trail. I think they're probably going to be clear cutting back here. One of the reasons I love this place is it's cedar grove. Just lots and lots of very beautiful cedar trees all around. Very, very beautiful. One of my favorite places to come. And I really don't come here a lot. I think maybe that could be one of the reasons why I like it so much is crazy dogs. It's because I don't come back here quite often enough. Just, it's a good place to just come sit and meditate. As you can see, it's a very beautiful place. Nice, dark. Dark area. Nice wooded all around. Kind of just a real beautiful place, I really don't come out here often enough, it's a real good place to sit down and meditate, and I think that's what I'm going to do for a while right now, just kind of sit here and meditate. Been out here for a little while, just sitting here, and started hearing some knocks. Not quite sure if they were over that way. That over there is a woodpecker for sure, I know. My dogs are alerted. They're being quiet, but they are certainly alerted. Z1 is going over there to investigate. About 5 minutes ago, I got that feeling. But might just be false alarm or I'm armed, but my very small J22 isn't going to defend me against whatever. I mean, it might scare away a bear. But I don't really want to shoot it either because, what if I see something or can get a photo of something or, maybe some video. Z1 is coming back and she doesn't seem to be worried about anything. Maybe she is. She does keep looking back over there. And I'm just sitting here on this log in this beautiful place. This extremely beautiful place. But needless to say, I'm not quite sure I'm going to go any further. Not really sure there's any photos over that way that are going to win me this photo contest on the reservation. I think maybe next weekend I might be able to take a trip out to the Calcium Swamp. Everything's white out there. It's got a really beautiful mossy area. That could produce some award-winning photos. Or contest-winning photos, not award-winning. Yeah, my dogs are certainly, they certainly keep looking over there as if there's something over there. There's quite a bit of knocking going on, wildlife sounds going on in the area, which is not typical of a Sasquatch sighting. But then again, I don't want to be that guy, you know. We can leave that guy for, you know, Les Stroud. I mean, you know, I highly doubt that he'd get hurt, but I have a different kind of luck in this world. I guess I'll say that much. I'm gonna go ahead and point the video camera out that way. See if we can't see something. Kind of scan the area a little bit. That is definitely a wood knot coming from that way. Getting nervous, girl? Is there something back there? I'm getting nervous too. I might just have spoken myself out here. I think that's what happened. That's what's happening, is I'm spooking myself. One good thing I like about having my dogs along is I'm always alerted to anything that might be around. I haven't felt the need to use the boomstick yet, but we call them boomsticks. A long time ago, they looked like just a stick that made a boom. The old hunting rifles. So the word for them was Pashkizigegan. Pashkizigegan means like boom stick. So that was our name for guns, boomstick. Pashkizigegan. Something interesting for you. I needed this walk anyways, you know, I'm getting pretty big. Oh, wife telling me to exercise, doctor telling me to exercise, start eating right, all this other stuff. When all I really want to do is get home and fry me some bacon, have a bacon sandwich. I'm not going to do that, but it's what I want to do, you know. I don't always do what I want to do. I mean, I don't know, but it could be. That don't look like, yeah, that don't look like anything significant. Told myself I wasn't coming out here for Bigfoot, but now I'm finding myself looking for Bigfoot evidence, stuff like that. Probably wasn't one of the best ideas to say I'm not going to look for Bigfoot when I'm out in the woods. Always going to look for Bigfoot. I'm always going to look at the ground, see what kind of tracks I'm looking at. And that's not just, you know, it's really not just a Bigfoot thing. It's kind of an always thing. What's around, you know? Bear roaming around, cougar, something like that, just kind of roaming around. Because I'm only, it's like a 1 mile radius from around my house. Could be anything around.